Good evening, everyone, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to take a minute to welcome you all to Thursday night high school football finals action, brought to you by Saultsports TV from Superior Heights, John Wayne Fott Field in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Brought to you also by Saultsports TV. Today's game features the 4-2 St. Mary's night against the undefeated 6-0 Korah Colts in the junior football high school loop. So JB, I had a chance to go down to the field and talk to the coaches ahead of time, and they both have their feel for the game, and Coach Bonifero let me know that he's anticipating a good game. They've had some close contests year to date, and he feels that the game is going to be won in the trenches. He feels Korah's line is pretty strong, and it's going to be up to the St. Mary's people, his staff, to have everybody ready to go. And I talked to Coach Bernabucci, and he said, he knows the St. Mary's is going to prevent some defensive challenges, and he knows that they're going to be very mindful of Gavin Grisdale to start the game. So, but he says that he just wants his team to execute and be patient today, and take care of the football. So, your thoughts tonight?
Yeah, I'm excited for this matchup. It's the third matchup of the year between two teams that have winning records here in this city, a very good high school loop. The only team that's gotten better of this junior St. Mary's team so far this year has been the Korah Colts. And we know the Korah Colts, especially in the junior loop here in the Nassau region. They have been the dynasty for the better part of this last decade, very rarely getting caught. So Coach Bernabucci and the staff are going to be prepared, but it is challenging when you face a team for the third time, a team that knew they were probably going to face you for a third time. So when they lose to you that first time around, they're not going to do a whole lot in that second game to try and throw you off because they want to save their good stuff for later. And today's the day where you can let it all go. There's no game after this. So just open up the playbook, whatever you've been working on, whatever you've been saving. Today's the day to unleash it.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's anything you got saved in the playbook's got to come out tonight. And, I always get with Tony Bonifero, the head coach of St. Mary's. He's a little bit of a riverboat gambler, just like Ron Rivera, the former NFL coach. And,
yep.
I wouldn't hate to see something different. Wouldn't hesitate to see something different come out of his playbook this evening. So, and Coach Bonifero, I coached with not all of the staff over there now. They've had a few newcomers, and but Coach Nisbet on defense, and I know he's excited for the game. And I talked to Coach Brunetti and Coach Elliott, and obviously Coach Bernabucci. I was his defensive coordinator before I retired from coaching, and they're excited for the game. They got a little bit of butterflies, and that's how it should be at this point of the year, right? So.
Yeah, and you can't take anything away from the St. Mary's team. They are a loaded bench. They have a lot of depth, and they are borderline a Sioux Minor Football League all-star team over there, too. So it really will come down to which kids on this stage deliver, who steps up and decides to be a star in a moment where it matters most tonight.
Yeah, Coach Bonifero, he's been doing this a long time and a former player himself, and, he's going to have his kids ready. And, if anybody's going to give Korah a run tonight, and try and knock them off, it's definitely this team. And we've seen the progression from them all year. They had some different challenges along the way, but we've seen progression. Some of their players are starting to step up and come into their own. So I think we're in for a treat. So, folks, just to let you know, looks like Korah will be kicking off. I didn't see who deferred at the start, so unfortunately I was too busy talking and not paying attention. But I'm going to assume that somebody won the toss and deferred. Nobody typically wants the ball. So Korah will be kicking off, and we're just about ready to start here. Just looking for a number. I don't know if you can see it from your vantage point, JB, but...
Battle underway. Strachan, beautiful kick.
Strachan kicks it deep. It looks like a young doer down there, and there's a little bit of a fumble, and it was recovered.
Right, we got a little bobble off the first hop.
I think that was Dominic Kimbouli, if I'm not mistaken, because I could tell by his shoes.
Yeah, it looks like number 26. You're absolutely right, Dominic Kimbouli. He kind of came out of nowhere last week. We saw first signs of him becoming a real game playmaker. And to your point, things progress throughout the season. You start to realize what type of athletes you have in your team. A kid who's brand new to football might step in and find his way. This young man, new to Canada, learning football after being a rugby kid, is a very impressive young man so far.
Yeah, so I'm assuming going to see Aaron Juma under center here today. I don't think that's going to change from last week. He had a really strong game for them, and he's got his shirt all tucked up there trying to stay warm, but they're coming out in a quads left look here. So see what they got on tap. Looks like Juma with the carry, trying to get outside. And both Max Fuselli and Grayson Avery on the tackle, I believe. So
Fuselli and Avery.
Yeah, and you know what? Not a lot of yards gained there by Juma, but he is probably the best athlete on this offense. So today, if you're the coaching staff, we talked about earlier too, take all the shackles off. If that's your best athlete, let him run today. Didn't work out on that play, but I'm sure we're going to see him make big plays with his legs here at some point.
The carry gets back to the line of scrimmage.
you know, Coach Bono's always got a way of how he sets things up, and you know, he's setting them up with a quads look when that could go opposite the other way, and he might be just trying to ISO one of his receivers out there against what's going on. So back to his more traditional set here with a 2-by-1 look and one in the backfield. So Juma rolling out again to his far side, and he's tackled up quickly.
Juma gets around the corner, gets a couple of good hard yards before being
Yeah, that
tackled
looks
by
like number 23 from Korah, Logan Lajinen.
We do have a flag on the play.
Flag on the play, so we'll take a chance to announce that Logan Lajinen and Wesley Tate from St. Mary's, number 58 tonight, split the Most Outstanding Player Award, the Nick Ferris Memorial Trophy here in the Junior Loop. So congratulations to those two, and Logan Lajinen announcing his presence here early on a great tackle to save a big first down.
So it looks like the flag was against Korah, but I'm not sure if he called that a horse collar tackle. He had both of his hands on the shoulder pads. So, you know, referee Fitzpatrick would have had a better vantage point over there from us. So looks like, it was a face mask. So whether in fact there was not a horse collar but a face mask. So
that's a face mask against
That's
Korah.
going to be a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down for St. Mary's.
Yeah, and everyone a little excited.
penalty.
Championship game.
And that'll
Chance
be first
to
down,
get
St.
things
Mary's.
started under the lights for these juniors here in the Sioux Loop. If you're not familiar, they usually don't play in the nighttime. They're usually a 4:45 start time. So this is a big night for them. Exciting times in this grade group.
Yeah, so it looks like Juma back. Is he under center? And he is under center, so 10:54 to go here. Early in the first quarter. Quick handoff. Up the middle. Might have got a yard. That's about it.
Tough run, about a yard gain.
Yeah, it looks like J.J. Didier-Perot getting involved here. Big back, power back. He's going to run with what we like to call angry runs. Our generation, we like to show Good Morning Football. So he reminds me of that concept. Just puts his shoulders down, is trying to truck through every tackle. It's going to be fun to watch. We'll see if he has a big impact on the game here today.
Michael Marshall on the
Yeah,
tackle.
you know, they got some big interior line there, and that's going to definitely be the strong point of Korah's defense. Not their corners are well, but I mean, they're definitely bigger players there. So second down and 9. Another run up the middle.
They go back to Pro Didier. He gets across the 40 to about the 41.
He got about 4 more there, so just over the 40-yard line.
Marshall again on
And
the
we talk
tackle.
about the big interior D lineman there for
Third and
Korah.
5
That
for the night.
stands out when you look just at the opposing figure on that line, and that's Wyatt Jagger. So Jagger, I'm not sure which way it goes, but big presence there in the middle, and that's definitely going to impact their plan to run Pro Didier up the middle here today.
St. Mary's changing up their cadence a little bit here, trying to get.
Oh, they got to
Korah
snap
to
that because
jump.
he's off, I think.
He looked like he was lined up in the neutral zone there, so. Juma trying to keep it, and Max Baselli just all over that, reading that. He came up from his position and just was able to, circumvent that whole play.
Yeah, and you almost wonder if St. Mary's sideline is going to ask a little bit about the alignment there. It looked like they got somebody to jump into the neutral zone on a blitz, and they just didn't retreat, but that's from our angle. We didn't have the best one up here.
No, we weren't right on the line, and even the replay, I was kind of half watching here on the replay up in our booth, and we have a little bit of a 30-second delay here, folks, and we're able to have a look at what went. So looks like St. Mary's is elected to punt the ball. Looks like we got a healthy punt away, fielded and fumbled by number 7 from Korah, Lucas Joy. He's trying to get to the outside, and there's flags on the interior over here. I've seen head referee Corelli, is head referee this evening, and he threw a flag. So
end up being picked up by Lucas Joy Stoichev.
Yeah, that looked close to being a disaster there for Korah.
There's a flag on
Bounces
the play,
off Lucas Joy's chest. He's able to recover it, though, and bounce it outside. Gets about 15, almost 20 yards there, but we'll see if it's going to stand.
Well, referee Corelli indicated that it's against Korah, so At least that's what his initial point was. So we're going to. I'm not sure if it was what the play was. There was a couple of linemen down, and I didn't really see any interference with the kicker. So we're going to find out what the play is here. So objectionable conduct against Korah. So that's going to move them back.
No, it's got to have been some sort of language in the middle of the play of some sort.
Conduct against the Korah Colts. That'll back them up right at midfield. It'll be first down, St. Mary's.
So objectionable conduct is the call. It'll be first down for Korah, heading with their first possession right from center field. Looks like Brett Koski behind center for Korah. Quick handoff up the middle. And St. Mary's was by committee, looks like. I didn't get a chance to see everybody that brought that down. And it looked like number 58 potentially.
Joey Stoichev with a nice little carry.
Wesley Tate, another one of the co-MVPs this year for St. Mary's on the tackle. Lucas Choi on the carry, gets about 6 yards. We saw him there on that special teams play beforehand. It looks like he'll be heavily involved in the game plan here to start with Korah.
Sets up second in about 4 for the Colts.
So an end around here, trying to cut it up. Looks like Joy again.
Go back to Joey Stoichev. He's met by Cavalier, Desjardins, and a couple others.
Dominic Cavalier into that tackle with a co-MVP again, Wesley Tate. Dominic Cavalier, no stranger to the award season himself this year. Split the Defensive Player of the Year award with Ryder Strachan here from Korah. You'll see him plenty tonight, number 1 as well. Plays corner, special teams, helps out everywhere.
Yeah, you're talking about young Cavalier. I've seen his dad in the parking lot, and I'm betting he's excited for this game tonight. And, you know, his grandfather's watching down proud up there. I'm guaranteed he's got a wine and a stogie in his hand right now watching his grandson play. So, quick handoff. Koski tried to feed something up the middle, and St. Mary's was having nothing doing with that. So I don't even think he got to the line to gain. So I think he's a yard. He lost a yard there. So it's going to be 4th down and 2, and we're going to see what Coach Winterbucci's wants to decide here.
Well, it's great.
Looks like he's electing to go for it. So,
yeah, we'll see if they can hold again. But great lane discipline by that St. Mary's D-line. Obviously, that was a focus in film because they're really not letting that backfield motion distract them.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a freeze call on here from Coach Winterbucci. Oh, quarterback sneak right up the middle. It's going to be definitely enough for a first down.
Yeah, and St. Mary's just didn't have
they get the first down.
Either an installed audible for a front man or a front like that to try and stop the double A gap. So, fortunately, when it's short yardage like that, you really need a couple of D tackles to make a big play for you. And it
looked like Koski just took the dive over top of the in the A gap there, and he was able to fall forward after a couple of steps and got the first down. So, first down just inside the 43-yard line. End around with number 10, Drew Albury, circling back, and maybe not the smartest decision because his blocking was that way, and he ran into a host of defenders. Number 28, Mason Mazuka here was able to reel him in. So
good for about a yard.
Yeah, and a great tackle there because that might have even been a touchdown if he doesn't make that one. Sometimes you get a little frustrated with the young player. They fall in love with the open space. They think west-east, but whenever you can get upfield, get those yards. Sometimes players with athletic abilities, it'll hit once in a while, and they'll keep coming back to it. But if you can take those yards upfield, take them every time.
So back to pass, Koski trying to hit Grisdale, and he's picked off. That throw just didn't go the way he wanted it, and they're all watching him run. He's already all the way back past the line of scrimmage.
So with the interception. Takes it back 37 yards. 1st and 10, St. Mary's Knights.
Well, I couldn't quite get the number there. We'll see if someone in the booth has a hand for that.
Eventually brought down by number 55, Seamus Prophet.
And then Seamus Prophet was able to tackle him
post 47.
I'm not sure because some of these numbers seem to be different than our booth announcer tonight, folks. So I'm not sure, they might have a different sheet, but the dark numbers definitely make it hard to see in the dark daylight here, in the dark tonight. So, with the lights on the field only doing that, so. So it'll be Juma behind center. A little delay there. I don't think. I think something went wrong. He was looking for somebody to hand the ball off to, and the ball was. No, he turned to look and passed that off, and nobody was there.
Second and 12.
They got some confirmation there. That interception coach was number 3 from St. Mary's, Brady Stevens, who was able to bring it back to his bench line there too. So big play as it looked like Korah was starting to march.
So 2nd and 11, loss of 1 on the play. So Korah really crowding the box here. And Juma up to toss the ball out. Quick out to, I think that's Pro Didier on the far side. I'm not positive, but.
Screen pass outside.
Yeah, nice little chunk play. Juma stepped up. I like to see that in a young quarterback where they're stepping into the pressure and trying to find a way through one of those pressure lanes. Dumps it off to his running back, who's pretty open in the flats, is able to get about 5, 6, 7 yards. I like Pro Didier too, coach. Just as a style of player, that's my favorite style. I grew up with as a big Jerome Bettis fan. So any running back that runs angry and finishes his play strong is a big winner in my books.
Well, Jerome Bettis, I'm a big fan only because he was from a Notre Dame, not Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So
yeah, different allegiances. Yeah,
but definitely he's going to be a factor in this game for if St. Mary's is going to succeed tonight. And if I'm them, I'm going to keep trying to hand him the ball. So a little bit of cross buck here, looks like, and that one really got swallowed up.
Up the middle for a couple yards.
Looks like he got about 2 or 3 yards there. So
I believe that was Parker Hickey with the carry.
Parker Hickey with the carry on that one, and stuffed by a host of interior defenders from Korah. So I imagine that Coach Bonifero is going to play a field position game here with Korah.
Yeah, and as long as it's close like this, you might as well. And if you do have stuff that you want to open up later on, it's more of a prodding and poking to see what's there now. You don't want to do the first drastic thing and make the first big mistake, because at this age, momentum plays a big factor. Well played there by Lucas Joy on the return. Oh, and he takes a big hit, but there's also some questionable contact there.
Yeah, that was definitely a head tackle and face mask most likely, so that's going to be 15 free ones from around the 40-yard line. So the ball's going to be almost back. By the time that penalty occurs, it'll be back almost to the line of scrimmage. So Korah will take the ball over, and I'm pretty confident this is a 15-yard variety. Referee Edwards in on this call.
Yeah, we talk with young players all the time about wrapping and tackling, and it's not just because it's a more effective way to get the guy to the ground and you're going to miss less tackles, but it puts your body and your hands in a better position to make a good play too. And most importantly, it takes them out of a bad position to really make an impact play that's in the negative. So young players, obviously that's stuff you work out with time, and as you get more in the gym, get that hip hinge a bit more where you're more low to the ground when you run. But that's all that was there, nothing malicious, just young players standing too high as they try to finish play.
No, 100% agree, and that's I stressed that when I coached, stay lower, keep your base low, and that's where you want to wrap up. So referee Corelli has given us the indication tonight that it was a horse collar on that particular play. So grab by the helmet, but inside the jersey. So 15 free ones are going to start at center field. Quick handoff on the interior, and that went really nowhere. Joyce up the middle. And
yeah, looked like 54 and 94 combining in there.
Yeah, Heath Desjardins in there, and I think the other one you mentioned was 54, Sebastian Cestero. So
Heath Desjardins, another one who's won an award here this year, the most outstanding lineman, the Gord Hargraves Trophy here in town. Or sorry, that was the senior most outstanding lineman. This is the Curtis Grandmont Trophy. So congrats to Heath Desjardins from St. Mary's this year.
So back under center. And a little flare-out pass here. You got Joyce Stoichev on the run, and he swung that one out there, a little Patrick Mahomes style throw.
That was 31, Brian Sonic on the tackle for the Knights. 1st and 10, Korah.
Brian Sonic was able to reel Lucas Joy Stoichev in there, and but not after a substantial gain all the way down to the 35. Hey, I just want to allude a little bit to your mention of the Curtis Grandmont Trophy. And JB, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but Curtis was one of my basketball coaches in grade 10. And he's the reason why I coach right now. And I'll get into a little bit more in a little bit. But
yeah, that'd be great.
First down with 125 to go. Quick handoff here. Looks like they're going to be riding Joy Stoichev here. And he's tackled quickly by number 28.
Joy Stoichev again.
I think
Gets
it's
a yardage
Mason
before they take it
Mazuka.
down. Mason Mazuka with the tackle.
They have him listed as 38 on our program here, but he is definitely 28.
Yeah, I love that play before this last one. A little quick whip pass by Koski there. That was just good awareness and just a great placement, too. Ended up becoming a big chunk play. Opens up that run game a bit more, too. Forces the linebackers to be a little bit more conscious of leaking plays out of the backfield, not getting their eyes caught up too much on the offensive line play. So yeah. I like that. It opens up a lot in the middle for you, too.
So there was a flag for a hold back in the middle of that from the interior line. So that play is going to be negated and backed him up. So it's going to be first down and repeated from the 46-yard line. So first and 20.
St. Mary's 46.
Quick handoff to number 10, Drew Albury, trying to get to the outside.
Drew Albury gets around the corner, gets to about the 30.
Well, that's a name we've gotten to know pretty well this year, Drew Albury. He's been a big weapon out of this Korah backfield. They have a lot of athletes stacked up in this offense that they can call at any point, but Albury's definitely stood out as one of the primary backs. Big chunk play there, and it almost looks like they may, quite a little bit short of getting back most of the yardage they had lost there on that penalty, but second and about 6.
Yeah, right around the 32-yard line, it looks like. So second down, time winding down here late in the first quarter, so it'll be 30 seconds to go roughly by the time they snap the ball. And it's another handoff to Joy Stoichev. Wrapped up by number 54 for St. Mary's, Sebastian Sestero.
Loss.
So this will get us down to the end of the quarter. And this will get one more play off here. And
St. Mary's has got to be happy to be in this spot here. A quarter down, you're in this field position battle with Korah. A dynasty in the junior ranks for quite some time. This is where you want to be. Years, it's been work in progress to get back to this spot for St. Mary's Junior.
So another handoff. No, he kept it. And he's picked again by Mazuka, I believe, again. Trying to widen the corner. He's getting past everybody, so.
Pass is picked off by the Knights. I think that was number 28, Mason Mazuka.
Mason Mazuka again, making a name for himself early tonight.
Well, listen, St. Mary's defense 2 times in their own red zone have come up massive with downfield interceptions. And it looked like there was a wide open. Was that Gavin Grisdale that was leaking in the backfield there or downfield? Jumps underneath the route. Great composure at looking at the quarterback's eyes in the backfield. Jumps that play. St. Mary's lives again. Great job shutting down a Korah drive.
So we're going to flip to this year, but I'd just like to elaborate a little bit more. I was talking to you earlier about Curtis was my grade 10 coach, and tragically he was well known by Granny from all his friends at Wadding, and he passed away in a fire at his family home, and he was lost. But he was one of those guys you could go talk to, and he really took care of me when I was in grade 10. I was a young guy, and lots going on, and he's one of the guys, and he's one of the guys why I decided to go back and coach, and I started coaching basketball at Wadding, and it was because he inspired me to be a coach, and to see that award just brings a lot of warmth to my heart over that. So
thanks for sharing that, Coach.
So here we go, first and down for St. Mary's on the 34-yard line of their own. Not sure why the clock has started already, but quick handoff up the middle to number 6, Parker Hickey, getting to the outside here, trying to get around. And number 1, Ryder Strachan was able to bring him down right out of bounds, just shy of midfield, so about the 58-yard line.
My favorite thing about this junior loop, coach, is when you get to know some of these guys that you had no idea who they were week one when he showed up, but all of a sudden they become household names to you. And Parker Hickey has been that guy in the St. Mary's offense this year. Really stepped up. I'm not super involved when it comes to the SMFL league, so I don't see these kids coming as much as some, but you're away for traveling football and stuff, the Steelers, Sabercats, as a lot of us are. So this is our first chance to get to know a lot of these guys as in the junior, and Parker Hickey, one of those kids who's really exploded onto the scene this year, really taking over this offense.
Botch snap.
A little bit
Recovered by the
of
Knights.
connection issues there between the center and the quarterback on the exchange.
Yeah, and Juma a little bit there, but ironically, you say Parker Hickey, and it always reminds me of Pat Hickey. He was a former player in the NHL, and he went on to play for the Rangers. And every time I see Parker Hickey, I think of Pat Hickey.
Second and 8.
But I'm a little older than you, so you wouldn't remember him.
Yeah, that name doesn't ring quite a bell for me there, Coach.
Played a little bit in the WHL, the World Hockey Association, and then went on to play for the Rangers and a couple other teams.
I think that league was defunct by the time I was old enough to be paying attention.
Okay, quit rubbing it in. So it looks like Pro Didier with the handoff there.
Good hard run. Gets about the 50.
Yeah, nice little chunk gain there. Now it's going to be third and short.
Down by contact.
And to anyone who's not familiar with our loop, we still play 4-down football here in our junior loop up in Sault Ste. Marie. Just trying to develop the offensive run systems
After
a little bit
5
more.
yards, sets up
Give offense a little bit more
3 for the
breathing room
Knights.
for some trial and error. So
3rd and 3 here, so. Pro Didier getting it with a couple of extras, so.
Go Didier.
I'll tell you, that sure looked like offside. I want to see the replay on this because
listen, St. Mary's got a little fortunate there because half the offense was standing still, and I think that confused Korah's D-line about as much as anyone else.
That's first down for the Knights from
I don't know. That looked like number 23 for Korah. Logan Lajunen was a little early. He's trying to guess that snap count, and it might come back to bite him later on. So
I think there's a lot of there's something you could find on both sides of that replay. So I think
I agree.
Officials are just letting the game go today.
But another one of the Lajunen boys, terrific family and another terrific football player up and coming here. So great to see. First down, quick handoff again to Pro Didier. And tackled just by Lajunen.
Good hard yards.
And number 99, Evan Beauville. I know my son spoke very highly of Evan.
With the tackle.
They called him one of his pet Velociraptors on the Sabercat summer team. And, he hasn't even got to grade 11 yet, and he's just becoming a phenomenal football player. So, if he gets more of the right coaching over there at Korah, plus back to the summer program again, he's just going to be the ceiling is unlimited for him. So.
Oh, yeah, started last summer, going back this next summer coming, he's going to be a star on that team.
So Juma back under center, 2nd and 5 or 6. Back to throw. And caught.
Oh, my
Had to fight back for the ball.
Grayson Giordano. Under coverage.
Great job tracking the ball, fighting back through the pressure of that man covering him. Able to fall backwards while catching the ball back shoulder. What a great concentration play by a receiver here.
Yeah, you know what? And I don't think you could ask from a better coverage from the Korah defender. He was right beside him, just trying to. But Giordano just was able to pull it in, and strong grip on the ball. So, first and from the 12-yard line, it looks like. So first down, 7:52 to go, 0-0 the score, folks.
Well, red zone here. You need Pro Didier to show up now.
And another handoff to, that did not look like Pro Didier. That was Parker Hickey again. So
nice little dive play there. And
see where they're going to spot it. But
yeah, St. Mary's can go up here early. As a coaching staff on that St. Mary's sideline, it's a lot easier to try and instill belief in your guys now and push them to empty the tank here. If you're the proverbial underdog, sometimes as a young player, you don't believe it either until it starts to happen. So,
yeah, it looks like he got about 4 there. So. It's going to be 2nd down and 6 to go. So they can get a first down and they don't have to get in the end zone here. So I got to think Bonifacio is just going to run this ball. And there's Pro Didier trying to get to the outside. And run over some
Didier
people.
gets the
So
outside for a couple of good hard yards.
Yeah, and you know,
Drops shoulder.
he's really just not that guy. The most dangerous
But it's
version of
23
Pro
Logan
Didier is the
Leiden.
guy who finds a cutback lane upfield and just trucks forward. Once you start to wander into space, you give everyone in that defense a chance to use their speed and their angle ability to take you down.
yeah, he had blockers up front. And had he stuck behind them just a little bit longer, I know he was sniffing that end zone. He was getting excited here. So looks like about 3rd down and 3. And I wonder what Coach Nisbet here's got sent in for defense as far as what he's calling, because I got to think that they're going to just keep handing it off here to Perot, Didier, and Hickey here. So a little change here in the cadence. If I'm Coach Montefiore, I'm thinking close to a timeout here, and there it is. He didn't like that at all, and that's what I saw as well. So
Yeah, and you don't want to risk a delayed game in a moment like that.
Pizza eventually if it's not here already.
we're going to send this one to our sponsors. If he's ready to go back there, we'll take a brief timeout. Coach Montefiore obviously saw what I saw. His team didn't look like they're all on the same page on that play call. So I think you can see St. Mary's going to run the ball again. I would highly doubt that they don't run the ball here. So another handoff to Parker Hickey with.
It's on the ground.
The ball was fumbled. And Korah defense comes up big.
Covered by Korah.
This is 3 good drives by 2 teams in a row that have ended in turnovers. And it's been a crazy game here so far to start, Coach. Defense really showing itself out here. The nerve of these defenses to hold strong in the shadow of their own goalpost. Really cool stuff from that side of the ball here so far today.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll guarantee you that's something that was brought up in practice. I know those guys on defense over there pretty well. They were all guys that I coached with when I was the defensive coordinator over there. And Coach Brunetti, former star player, Hall of Famer at linebacker, and Coach Elliott, a former Denman Award winner. And they're going to preach getting rid of that ball and strip it, and it's something we preached back in the day. So they were successful with that, and I think Montefiore is just going to give his guy just hold on to it and keep the faith. So be patient. That's what he was telling me. So nice wrap up here, and look like I can't tell who that is.
Yeah, it's hard with the dark numbers to see from this angle over here, Coach.
He's got the pink gloves on, so whatever number that is, he was able to wrap him up.
Heath Desjardins with the tackle.
Oh, it's Heath Desjardins again.
Yep.
We're going to keep calling his name tonight, folks. He's a stellar young player here in the junior loop.
Well, another one of the award winners this year we haven't gotten to yet because we haven't really had need to call his name is number 11 on Korah, Given Grisdale, the offensive player of the year for the junior loop, the Russian family trophy winner. We'll see if they can't get him involved here because he's a big weapon outside on the wideout.
Yeah, looks like they're still going to ride that run game.
So
Lucas Joy with carry.
I believe, before being brought down.
I'm not sure how far he got here, but it's going to push it to 3rd down already.
Yeah, and if you can get this 3rd down stop here at St. Mary's, it puts Korah in an interesting position. Do they give up the 2 points here in a tie game with 5 minutes left to go in the half, or do they try and kick it out of their own end zone and potentially give you really good field position as St. Mary's going into the final few minutes? Big 3rd down here for Korah.
So I'll guarantee you, Coach Bernabucci just said, here we go. Here we go here. And this is the play that he called in.
4.5 remaining in the half.
So a quick run up the middle.
And
he's able to stumble forward and get the 1st down. Just an unfortunate missed tackle right up the middle there. And young Lajinen now running the ball. So up to, looks like he got right around the 26 or 27 yard line. So 1st down with 4:03 to go. What a defensive battle here we have, JB, and credit to both teams. Coach Bonaferro's got his team fired up for on defense tonight, and they're playing really well. It's great to see that such a competitive football game.
Yeah, you know what? St. Mary's defense has been great all season. From the very first time we saw them, they gave this Korah team a hard time at the John Khrushchev Classic. So it's held up all season, and now they're really showing out.
So end around.
Joey Sochuk gets you on the corner for a couple of good hard yards.
Yeah, number 7, Lucas Joey Sochuk. Yeah, another big play. Looks like he may have gotten about half of the yards for a first down. So maybe a 5-6 yard gain. But he's getting heavily involved in the run playing here today. We also saw Coach Bernabucci pulling out some stops, getting as an MVP involved in the run game as well there with Lajinen.
Second down for the Colts.
So second and about 3 yards here with the clock ticking down, and Korah looking to stick to running the ball, and I'm really surprised they haven't got Grisdale involved a little bit more, or putting him in the slot. And
it's on the floor again.
Trying to hand that one off. It was fumbled on the exchange, and I'm not sure who was running the ball, but St. Mary's defenders all over that, bringing him down. So.
Yeah, Luke Katie with the tackle.
That's another big offensive miscue, and it's been happening on both sides here today, and defense has really been the steady rock here in the championship showdown in the junior loop.
Yeah, you know what, the Katie name synonymous with football here. The Katie family all had some terrific athletes over the years, so looks like we've got a timeout here by Coach Bernabucci, so we're going to send it to the box again, to the boss in the house. Well, we're back, folks. 2:34 to go. Quick timeout. So, Korah with a 3rd and 13.
Third long for the Colts.
I wouldn't be surprised to get this ball to Gavin Grisdale here. He's going to run something across the middle, and he's going to try and hit him. And ball is fumbled again. Looked like Koski was trying to do something, and and there's a flag. So
yeah, that might be a face mask, and that might advance Korah for a first down here.
It'll be a spot foul from where it was. So
fumbled ball ends up being picked up by, I believe it was Lajinen, before being tackled.
So the spot is at the 20.
Somewhere around the 20. So
15 will not give them first down.
Have at least one flag on the play.
Yeah, and you were talking about the impact of this score going into halftime if it stays that way. For St. Mary's, it's a great boost for this coaching staff to be able to go to your players and say, we told you, you are on this level, you can compete with these guys. And then for Korah, it's a test of mettle. We told you that this game wasn't going to be easy. You might not have believed it, but now it is. So how are you going to respond? And here, another chance for Korah to keep this rolling into halftime, a chance to try and upset that balance a bit, create that doubt, sense of urgency in St. Mary's mind a bit here if they can score before halftime.
So that's unnecessary roughness, a horse collar tackle.
That was a horse collar tackle at 15, so it was not a spot foul, my mistake. It goes from the line of scrimmage, so it was enough to secure a first down from looks like the 39-yard line with 2:24 to play here in the first half. 0-0 game, folks. Both teams very well prepared for the game tonight. Coach Bonifero along with Coach Bernabucci. So another handoff up the middle, and looks like young Lajinen boy with the ball scampering up the middle, and he definitely got enough for a first down there. So
Yeah, we talk about emptying the clip, making sure you empty the tank, all the playbook, whatever you
Lajan
have to
with the
do.
carry. He
MVP,
gets to the
Lajan
50-yard
getting
line.
involved
Good
in the
for
offensive game a little
first
more
down
here
for
than
the
normal
Colts.
too. There's no fear of wearing him out or not having him for a big game. This is the big game. If you don't win here today, there's nothing after it either.
No, that's for sure. But they got to keep spreading that ball around because you get to the fourth quarter, you're going to start to, I don't care how great a shape you're in, by the end of the fourth quarter and you're playing offense and defense, you're going to be a little bit tired near the fourth quarter, especially with this battle of attrition we're having here tonight. So 2:08 to go. Another handoff up the middle. Looks like this one is to Lucas Joy.
Colts go back to Joy Stoichev. He gets a couple of good hard yards before being brought
Got
down.
about 4 yards there on his carry. And it looked like Heath Desjardins in there on the tackle again.
77 Deacon
Clock will
Massage.
a little slower here in the last 3 minutes just because it does stop after every play. But when you're running the ball on the ground, it does get whistled in. So it's
And
not
big,
completely stopped.
Looked like big number 77, Deacon Lesage, was in on the tackle as well, folks. So
Yeah, he wanted to make sure we knew that too. This little strut, eh?
end around. Joy going nowhere. Another terrific tackle by number 53 for St. Mary's.
Joy
Cade
Stoichev
Visconti.
gets the ball, tackled immediately. 53 for the Knights.
Yeah, and you know what? Just great discipline on
Cade
containment
Visconti.
assignments. And in that play, it's a linebacker who's told if you see any kind of crack or any type of pressure coming from that tackle,
Yeah,
you
it's
now
an
jump to the
almost
outside
89 Nathan
contain.
Granczyk.
So just great coaching there at the
Tackle
outside
for loss, 2
linebacker.
yards, sets up 3rd and 12 for the Colts.
Third. And about, 8 yards, it looks like. So 3rd and 8. Pitch out to Grisdale. Oh! And a wide open Lucas Joy.
Colts!
Coach, I don't know if that's what we meant when we said you got to get Kevin Grisdale involved.
I just want to make sure that he was still on that side of the line.
I think he was good there.
It looked
Coach.
good, but let's just get a confirmation here. Yep,
Oh, yeah,
with lots
well
of
good.
room. Wide open Joy there with a nice pass. Coach Bornabucci digging deep into the well of tricks, and he caught St. Mary's. Let the defenders were looking for Grisdale, and they were focused in on him, and Joy came right from the backfield, from the far side of the field, little drag route across the middle, and touchdown.
Yeah, it almost dragged. It almost started to leak in almost a flag route. But who had that on their bingo card? The wide receiver throwing a touchdown to the running back on a flag or a drag route. Man, I love that. We talked about dialing up some stuff that you haven't put on film yet. That's great from Korah. I love that play. What a way to start this off.
And there's a flag here on the extra point, so we'll see what this is about. But
We have a flag
wow,
on the
talk
point
about
after.
a boost from Korah, getting in the touchdown before the first half ends with 1:14 to go. So
Yeah, not just a wide open touchdown either. Like, let's give Grisdale some credit. That was an absolute dart. And Joy on the run, reaching both hands out, almost like he has some sticky tack on his hands, grabbing that out of the air.
yeah, athletes making athletic plays, and that's what it's all about. And that was just that was tremendous to see in junior football. I got to tell you, JB.
We do have a flag on the play.
So
Sure,
That's what you love
we're
about a
back
season
on
like
to-
this. Week one, you show up, everyone looks a little disjointed, looks young. They don't look big and aggressive or confident in
Kick off
themselves.
or return.
By the time they leave here, they look ready for senior because they look like football players.
yep. So the penalty looks like it was against St. Mary's. Oh no,
They're going to re-kick here.
or they're going to take it on the kickoff.
Or maybe it advances far enough up where they're thinking of going for two here, Coach.
No, because it looks like it was against Korah.
Oh, and they're maybe going to make Korah
Yeah,
try it from
penalties against
the
Korah. That'll back
15-yard
them
line.
up. And they're going to re-kick.
I gotta say, I don't know if they have the ability there to take that on at the on the kickoff or not.
I'm by no means an expert, but I know someone who is, and he's probably going to let us know in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a couple of people up here in the booth. We're going to ask an opinion here while the kick is being placed. I was right, folks. I got schooled here by my son, who is head coach for White Pines. And the kick is no good after that, but they could have taken that penalty on the kickoff. So they could have made them kick from 5 yards back, but they elected, and it worked out to their benefit. So Korah unable to add the extra point in. So 6-0, the score with 1:14 to go, and with 1:14, it's tough to get the ball all the way down the field for a score. He's still got. He's called one timeout. I think he's still got 2 left. So it might have to get into a little bit of the play calling and try and get somebody clear. But you definitely don't want to turn the ball over here. Only being down 1 score, it's such a tight game. But I call him Riverboat Bono for nothing.
Yeah, but you know what, Coach? At some point, you got to take a shot now. Korah's pulled the first trigger. They've said no longer are we going to play this conservative, let's see who can get the field position better game. Let's take a shot. Somebody's got to make something happen here before halftime. Korah does just that. Trick play, gets a little bit of the momentum going in this playoff atmosphere. St. Mary's has to respond. What's the point in waiting for the second half? If you're going to turn it over, you're going to turn it over anyways, right?
St. Mary's defending the wrong end here.
We've seen that so many times this year, Coach. The first time I've ever experienced this.
Yeah, so
we're getting close to a handful of times this season. I've seen this happen.
This is the second kickoff of the game in the first half here, so I'm sure looks like they got Dominic Kambuli back here, along with young Dylan Dewar, the other second or third athlete. All the boys younger, the second generation of Dewars showing their athletic prowess over their uncles and fathers.
Yeah. You get 4 more years of Dewars and Brock being on the sidelines, and their uncle Mark
and
Derek
and Everett over with the Superior Heights team. So kickoff's live here, and it looks like this ball is going to go to young Dewar. So he's trying to weave his way through. Tackled right around the 17-yard line.
Beautiful kick picked up by Dewar.
By number 11, Gavin Grisdale was able to make that tackle. So,
looks like Kambuli got one of his own teammates a little bit better than he's gotten someone else here. So we'll probably send it to a break here.
Yeah, we're going to send this to a quick break. So the injured player, Cole Bailey, just got, I think, a little steam knocked out of him. And, told you, if he's a chip off the block, there ain't nothing hurting that head. He's going to be up and running hard. So he's walking over to the bench on his own accord. Sometimes you just get the wind knocked out of you, and he'll be back. I guarantee you that he's back to play in the second half here. So, unfortunately, he's one of their wideouts they use frequently. So, he'd be one of those guys they're throwing the ball at right now. But he's got to be out for at least 3 plays. So, I don't think we'll see him the balance of this first half. But so Juma under center. A quick run to Hickey up the middle for about 3.5, 4 yards.
Good hard run, moving the pile to almost the 20-yard
If there
line.
was anything I would adjust to what St. Mary's is running here, Coach, is I'd back that
Parker
backfield
Hickey
up a
with the
bit
carry.
because they're almost having to stutter step and stop by the time they accept the handoff. If you back that up by about 3 yards, that timing hits in almost a full sprint motion instead of you almost
Tackle
having to
by
pull up as a
51,
running
Michael
back
Marshall.
to accept the handoff. So when you have a big back like Pro Didier, get him coming from as much of a downhill angle as possible, attacking that line.
Yeah, Korah's really stacking the box here. They got 7 strong plus almost 7.5 in the box here. So and Coach Nisbet sending blitzers in, and they're able to wrap them up in the backfield. So
Yeah, St. Mary's either doesn't have the personnel to do anything quite risky yet, or they're just saving it for later. But at some point, you start to ask yourself if, now's not the time to do it. You give Korah the ball back here. There's still 40 seconds left on the clock, and a big play can make this a 2-score game before halftime.
yeah, you know what? From my standpoint right now, Korah's over pursuing. If they can catch them on an end around
5 for
or
the
a
Knights.
slot counter, that would really throw them off. So
Yeah, something. Need something here.
So we're 3rd down and 5 from the 21-yard line. So St. Mary's got to eat some clock up here. Korah's going to be able to get the ball back with great field position. So another run up the middle.
Oh, he almost breaks free. I think it's going to be short there a little bit.
There, it looks like they're giving him a
Carey
spot
just
right
got
on the
back to the line
32
of
on this
scrimmage, I
side.
believe.
So
You know what, though? He had a lot of the clock off, so even if you do end up punting this, maybe try to get it out of bounds. Don't necessarily put it into play if you're St. Mary's, if that's possible.
So referee Corelli giving them a first down, right? The spot is right at the 32, and that's where the sticks were. So first down for St. Mary's, and I think if you're smart here, you're just going to try and run this clock out. Korah's used 2 timeouts. They can't stop this, so St. Mary's is just going to end up taking one more snap. And
Yeah, now they get that first down. Just take the knee.
I know Coach Nisbet and Bernabucci over there, they're not going to let anything behind them. They're just going to let them take the play up. So I know
first
Korah's going to
attempt,
get the ball
Mary's.
to start the second half here. So
Oh, they're running this, Coach.
and the ball's out. Korah recovers, but that's going to be the end of the first half, folks. And I believe it's the
Another
end.
fumble.
And
Recovered
it is. There's a signal for referee Crowley. We'll see you in about 10
by
minutes.
Korah, but that's the half.
Back, folks, to Superior Heights Sergeant
Junior
John Wayne
final.
Fieldhouse. We're about to kick off the second half. And there's the kick. St. Mary's to elite athlete Gavin Grisdale. He's going to try and get out wide. And bouncing off a few tackles, but looks like St. Mary's is going to wrap him up
Carney's
right
kick is
around
picked
the
up by Kevin
26,
Grisdale.
27-yard line. So
he gets across the 25.
Yeah, good job there.
Before
Just to
being
keep the
brought
ball,
down.
hold possession. Gavin Grisdale's not exactly the person you put out there to try to run an 80-yard touchdown back. He's out there more as a lead blocker, but there was able to secure the ball
Tackle
over the
by
air,
committee.
get it to the ground without turning it over. And today, that's an accomplishment.
well, you know what? If I'm the coaches at halftime, I'm just take care of the football guys. We had entirely too many fumbles for a junior final, and players are making elite defensive plays, and that's going to happen. But just got to button down on those. So we're going to see what Korah is going to get to here now, Coach Winaburchi and his offense. So another handoff to Lucas Joy, good for about 4, maybe 5 yards.
30 before being brought down. Numerous nights in on that tackle. Joey Stoichev.
Yeah, some great players in that St. Mary's defense were
With
really
the ball.
showing their ability here in
5
the first
yards.
half, led by guys like Heath Desjardins and Wesley Tate.
Sets up 2nd and 5 for the Colts.
Fortunately, a big trick play there near the end of the half opened it up for Korah a bit. And we'll see if St. Mary's answers with anything that's outside of the box themselves, because you don't want to let Korah start to run away with this, because morale can get pretty low real quick that
Yeah,
way.
but you know what? It's a less than a score game here right now. So they just got to keep plugging away. And there's another wrap up there. Pretty sure that is number
58, Wesley
58,
Tate.
Wesley Tate in on the
With the
tackle,
tackle.
not letting them get too far. Got a couple there, but it's going to go 3rd down and 3. And if I was Coach Bonifero, you got to be pretty happy with that first half. Other than the trick play, you were right in the game. So I think the thing now is just make sure the last guy back does not let a defender get past the point behind anybody. So
Yeah,
Maybe
for
the
sure.
yardage
And
is
I
just
don't
on
disagree with
37.
any of what you're saying. It's just for me as an underdog, I can't be the least aggressive coach in this game. I can't be the one to be afraid to take shots. My team's expected to lose this game as far as the records go, so I'm the one who has to take the shots, in my opinion.
yeah, they jumped a little bit there, but they were able to get back on side. And however, looked like lead blocker
Gosh, it was
Krebs
another
was
good carry. Gets the
blocking
first down
pretty
for the
well
Colts.
there for Lajinin, and they were able to get a first down. So Korah moving the ball up the field here early in the second half. 9:47 to go.
And Krebs had every old lineman's worst
Desjardins
nightmare, got
ran
rolled up
before
on at the end of that
77
play, but got up and
massage
looked pretty
with
okay
the
at the end
tackle
of
for the
it,
Knights.
so still in the game here.
Nonetheless, it's 1st and 10. Korah from their own 41.
So from under center, Brett Koski handing off. Looks like Korah's going back to the run game here, and
Terrific run with a nice little cutback to get about 6 more yards.
Yeah, you know,
after
all that
contact.
is really right there is taking advantage of St. Mary's trying to take away the corners. So they see that it's been a real game plan for that edge. So what they're doing is they have all of their motion,
Desjardins
attack
did
that
on the
edge as
tackle.
if that's what they're trying to gain, get all of that commitment to the outside, and then they just kick out the final 2 pieces and
Gain of
turn
7 yards
upfield.
makes it
It's been
2nd and
effective
3.
so far. St. Mary's just kind of letting it happen. They're still not letting that edge get away. They're not giving up contain.
yeah, no, this is a pretty script for Coach Winaburchi. I coach them. Obviously, we've talked about that lots, but this is his style of offense: run the ball, and then throw in an odd play. And looks like number 10 here with the handoff for Korah
Handoff to
Drew
Drew Albert. He
and
gets
looked
a
like he had
couple
enough
of
for a
good
first down
yards
again. So
Before being taken down
Korah
by
moving
Brady
the ball
Stevens.
here, and if I'm the defensive coordinator for St.
Livingston up for a
Mary's.
first down.
You might want to start putting some pressure, setting some linebackers
They're
to fill some
marking it
holes and try and
Chelsea.
make a difference. So
Yeah, even
52
stunt the ends there if you
line,
can. If you have
and it'll
that
be
installed,
first
just try
down.
to create
Korah.
some confusion on who's down blocking and who's taking on the pull. You know what? If you're a young player and you have an idea of where you're going in that first 2 steps, and then it doesn't formulate that way, it makes you second guess, and that little bit of hesitation is what you're looking for as a linebacker.
it's first down from the Korah side of the field at the 52-yard line. Fake handoff here to the one side and tried to run it up the middle, and St.
Handoff
Mary's
is
having
bobbled.
nothing to do
He
with
throws on it.
that play up the middle.
Lajinin
Looked like Heath Desjardins in on the tackle there, so a gain
recovers
of
the
1.
ball.
Yeah, and again, just great
Ends
job
up
being
being a yard
disciplined
gain,
there.
sets up
There's a
second
lot of
down.
window dressing on a backfield motion and a wing T offense like this. Makes it hard as a defensive lineman to be disciplined once you break through the line. But if you can break your feet down, stay in your lane, let the play come to you, that's how you make plays against a wing T backfield mesh like this.
So Korah really not throwing the ball very much to Grisdale. It's a lot of running game. Lajinen running the ball there. Good for about 2 more.
Colts go back to Lazarus. He gets cross the line, gets hit.
I'll tell you,
Cavalier, among others, on the
I'm
tackle.
a little bit shocked that there's only single coverage on Grisdale, and I don't know. He hasn't really had the opportunity to get the ball, but we got this quick time here. I'm just going to touch on our sponsors. Northern Sports Excellence, True Host Sports Radio, Gen 7 in the rank in Cobb's Bread. I was there today, picked up a couple of loaves. JB here beside me, Reliance Home Comfort. If you need all your heating and cooling needs, Algoma District School Board, here on Superior Catholic District School Board, Algoma Thunderbird Athletics, Elite 8 Basketball Academy, and Liberty Tax. Third down here. Another run.
Oh, looks like they got the stop again there, Coach.
Cross to the 50.
And it was Lucas Joy again, being the
Sebastian
workhorse.
Sparrow, the dominant Cavalier.
Workhouse, one of the workhouse backs there in the backfield and coming up hobbling just a little bit there.
Lucas
So
Joy Stoichov
Well, Sebastian Sestero came up, made
with
the
the carry,
stop.
makes it 4th
Seen
and
that
2.
a lot from the linebackers on St. Mary's here so far today, doing a great job of not being afraid to engage and go and meet the run at the line of scrimmage.
So I called this before and he didn't do it, but I have a freeze call coming here, I think. But it's 4th and 2, and he's gambling. We got Riverboat Bernabucci and Riverboat Bonifero as the two gamblers tonight, folks. And just a, ooh,
Oh, he got that, I think. Oh, maybe not.
I'm not sure if
I
he
was
did.
looking at the wrong pile there for a sec, Coach.
I think he's going to be a yard short based on their initial spot that I have.
Oh, yeah, it looks like they're marking it at the 50 or the 49
Mark
yard
that to
line.
51.
And that's a St. Mary's
Turnover on
ball.
down, St. Mary's ball.
St. Mary's able to come up with a defensive stand that they needed after Korah had run the ball probably about 30 or 40 yards here, and what a terrific stand by the defensive coordinator and team for St. Mary's. Big stop, and that's a critical play to make here early in this third quarter.
So
That's been the
St.
story
Mary's
for this
from
whole
row
game on both
49.
sides, Coach. The defenses have been great on both ends. Great discipline, really, really not letting their assignments get away from them. It took a special breakaway play and a deep in the playbook play from Coach Bernabucci and company just to make it a 6-0 game.
Another fumble at center. Looked like
Block
Juma
snap.
was able to get on.
They fall on it right away.
Juma looked like he tried to
Lost
step
the yard
away
or so,
before
but
getting the
second
ball
down.
clean there. So
Yeah, there are a lot of things that look simple in football to maybe someone from the outside who's watching it as a casual that is actually very difficult. And one of those things is a transition snap under center from a center to the hand of a quarterback. Just putting it in the right spot, the right firmness of how hard you throw it back there, the way you position the hands in the reception. Anything can go wrong. It takes a lot of chemistry and a lot of practice to get to know each other on that transition.
So 2nd and 11. And around another fumble.
Another fumble recovered.
That handoff
By
to
97,
number 18,
Emerson
Grayson
Giordano,
Giordano.
Colts.
But
And this game just has one of those
Listen,
feelings to it,
Korah.
Coach. I don't know what it is. It's just the nervousness to it on both sides. You feel it. And offense on both teams just trying to find their groove, and they really can't find it at all. St. Mary's here with a little bit of nervousness when it comes to their snaps, to their handoffs. That's been their downfall here so far.
yeah, you know what? St. Mary's was making a difference there, and they just unfortunate. So Korah looking to capitalize on their turnover from St. Mary's. Quick pitch out to Lajinen. And look like St.
Pitch to
Mary's,
Lajinen.
the first
He gets
miss
back
there
around
was
scrimmage
missed,
before being brought
but
down.
terrific tackle there by number
Nathan Grant
58.
with the tackle.
Yeah, one MVP hitting another there, trying to make another stand here as a defense. St. Mary's trying not to let this game get away from themselves here. And we'll see. I don't know how many of Korah's players are returning from last year and had playing time in the championship game last year, but you do start to wonder if that experience is going to start to make a factor here when it gets tight near the end of the game.
So defense is standing tall here tonight, folks. Another handoff, this one to Joy, and that one's not getting real far either. So
I know it's predictable. I know it's 3rd and long here.
Another good hard run by
Send
Joy
one up
Stoichev.
to Grisdale here. You have an elite athlete, offensive player of the year, 3rd and medium to 3rd and long
Dominic
here.
Cavalier, Sebastian Sestaro.
If they intercept it,
With
it's
the
no
tackle,
different than a
sets up
punt at
3rd
this
and long,
point.
3rd
So
and 7.
Yeah.
let your playmaker go get it.
You know, I alluded to number 54 making the tackle in there, but that's Sebastian Sestero in on another tackle. So, you know, there's it's not just 1 or 2 people standing up for St. Mary's today on defense. They're standing out hard, and just some terrific effort on their part. So.
Oh, yeah, they've been a great unit all year.
So another end around here.
Oh, they got the edge.
And he's got the edge. And Joy is going to break free from everybody.
Joy Stoichev breaks a few tackles. Gets into the touch.
You know what? We talked about that. St. Mary's commitment was to taking away the edge. And on that play, they just weren't able to. Korah was insistent on trying to get back there, taking that edge away from them, getting that outside run, and on end around, Lucas Joy gets out in space, finds a couple of blocks, cuts it back upfield.
Yeah, you know what? We got laundry day going on here. Lots of flags for the extracurriculars after. And, you know, Joy showboating a little bit, in my opinion. Got to the line and walked back himself in. And one of the St. Mary's defenders hit him hard in trying to jar the ball loose to just either that or was trying to make a point of quit showboating. And, you know, you're in a game like this. That's just not smart football. And looks like a couple other players tried to stick up for each other. And, you know, you get yourself tossed out of a game. And that's this close. That's you got to be real careful. So I think cooler heads need to prevail here.
And I do think that resembles fighting at this point in time. You don't know who's going to make it to the NOSA championship game. You don't want to risk your chance to be in that game, especially in junior. You only get 2 cracks at this, and usually you only get 1 as a starter. Why risk the opportunity?
So it looks like referees are still coordinating and looking for referee Corelli. So rough play against 2 rough plays against Korah and potentially against St. Mary's. I'm looking for rough play against St. Mary's is declined.
So that's offsetting unnecessary roughness penalties against each team.
Each team got offsetting penalties there.
Strachan to come in to try the point after.
So St. Mary's or Korah will be looking to tack on the extra play here. So
well, I think they might go for 2 here, Coach, make it a 14-point difference. Well, maybe not. I see Strachan and Koski going out there.
Well, Koski is the pinner.
Yeah, so there you go.
But that doesn't mean there's not a playoff of this. So.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the kick is up and good. So
Strachan's
Korah out to
good. That sets a score.
2-score lead, 13-0
with
with 2:15 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and I mean, that hurts. That really does feel like it could end up being a breakthrough play here for St. Mary's. And, you know, it'll kind of show us the character that they have there. If they are that team that can pull that comeback, and if they're the coaching staff that can open up a bit and have some stuff saved, now's the time to do it. And they're close enough. It's 2-score game in Canadian football and 4-down football. There's plenty of time in this game still to get this game back on track for St. Mary's.
100%. But I tell you, if I'm Coach Bonifero, he's got to widen that playbook out just a little bit.
Yeah.
He can't just keep doing those cross-buck runs up the middle and you know, the occasional sweep with Juma, because Korah's not letting any of those wide passes get out, those wide runs get out, and unless he's getting some great blocking up front. But he's got to go to the air a little bit here. I think that he's got to catch Korah, or, you know, I talked earlier about Korah really jumping on the line and biting. And they got to change his cadence, or he's got to do something to try and help move the football and keep Korah off balance.
Yeah, for sure. Make them nervous, make them a little off balance a bit. But on top of it, too, if it's the plays they've been running all year, Coach Bernabucci and his staff, they have studied film. They're going to know those plays. They're going to have their players in assignment-based positions to try and take those things away from you. So try to find things that are going to go against the assignments and against the conventional thought. It might only be 3 or 4 plays that you have in the bank, but at this point in the game, that might be what gets you back into this.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a big spot in the middle of that field, and
Kimberly
if he just, they're back pretty far. I don't. Dewar back. Ball takes a side bounce. Dewar breaking 3. Able to get about half a dozen yards there.
5 yards before being brought down. First and 10, St. Mary's.
Yeah, another thing I'd like to see them do more in St. Mary's is let Juma be a runner. You know, he's probably your best athlete in that backfield overall. And, you know, you've saved him all season. You didn't run him as your primary running back. Now's the time to unlock him a bit. See if he has something that can unlock this offense for you.
Yeah, you know what? We've seen flashes of Dominic Kambuli a couple of times, and Didier last game, and you know, and Hickey obviously tonight. But you know, I think he's just got to open that playbook up just a shade. I'm not saying the whole kit and caboodle here, but you got to get a score, and you got to keep this a one-score game going into the fourth quarter. You can't afford to get down 3 scores.
Some adjustments there from Juma under center.
And there's another run, stuffed up hard by Korah there.
He's in at the line.
Yeah, even some more play action just off it. Like, as a linebacker, your lead blockers, they leave a little early, so there hasn't been a lot of deception off that. If you're going to give the defense an opportunity to guess which way you're going to run the ball, you better have stuff that runs off of it in the opposite direction too.
Yep.
And I haven't seen a lot of play action from Juma yet today. I don't know if they're nervous about it, if they don't feel that it's there, but at this point, you got to do something different.
Looks like Gabe Phillips was the one person in on the tackle on that particular play for Korah. So second down and 9 for St. Mary's. Sticking to the run play. It looked like Pro Diddy was able to get perhaps 2 or 3 there.
Nowhere to go for the Knights.
It's going to be 3rd and long here with time winding down on this third quarter at 51 seconds. So.
Yeah, and the longer you get into this deficit and the longer you get into the fourth quarter, even play action stops working because the defense is just going to start to play cover shell on you, and they're just going to let nothing behind them. All eyes are going to be on the backfield. They're going to continue to stack the box and try to make you throw deep because they're not sure that your athletes can beat theirs at that level. So, you know, St. Mary's has to do something here to open this up and keep it a balanced game plan. You can't be operating in a negative game plan against this Korah defense.
No, we'll see what he's got planned up his sleeve here. So 3rd down, back to pass, and Korah was all over that. The line gave him no. I'm thinking that was a headshot that they're going to call there, JB.
Yeah, and I think if Juma gets up okay, almost there's even a compulsion to maybe say it's just a good hit, but it looked nasty, and that's their quarterback too, so you got to protect the young man.
I think he was down, and then the hit came after that based on the look that we're getting here. So.
Yeah, and it was a clean shot on the helmet there too, so if you hear that and you see that head whiplash as an official, you're almost compelled to call it every time regardless.
Yeah, so that's going to at least move them up to first down territory. Or it'd be awful close. So.
And you know, you wonder, is this the moment we look back on it and wonder if this is where things turn around for St. Mary's? This could be a break they were waiting for, but
rough
again.
Play, blow to the head against Korah is the call, so.
Yeah.
So that's unnecessary roughness.
St. Mary's going to have to open it up a bit more even than they did on those last 3 plays here.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
So it's 15 free ones for St. Mary's for a headshot that Korah delivered. If I'm Coach Nisbet, even there with his 80s mustache that I made fun of him earlier when I had a chat with him earlier before the game. The old Tom Selleck look. Private investigator Nisbet as head coach, or as defensive coordinator. So. Like to compliment referee Chow tonight with those brand new shiny shoes he's got wearing. They got lots of gloss going on.
Look at those,
today. So Juma up to throw the ball. He's got a receiver open.
Nice throw downfield.
Number 20.
What a terrific reel in by Bruni.
From Juma.
Well, something had to change here at St. Mary's. What's been going on hasn't been working against this Korah defense. And here, nice anticipation throw, able to step up in the pocket as Juma drops it where only his guy can get it. And, you know, as a defender who hasn't been tested all day, you start to get a little complacent. Maybe don't chase the ball down the way you would as a receiver. And 20 just leaks in behind the coverage. Great concentration to track that ball and still get it over the shoulder of the defender.
It is a huge play for them. And Ryder Strachan and Max Romero had to chase from behind there. They got beat. So,
and not an easy couple of players to beat on that either.
No, they've been standout. You know, Ryder Strachan's the safety over the top there. They're playing a cover 1 look. So Oh, and unfortunately that end around did not work. There was a hold against St. Mary's, so I'm not sure if I'm Coach Manabucci. I'm going to decline this penalty.
Giordano.
Yeah, we talked about Ryder
with the
Strachan,
carry.
another award winner
Gets
this
hit
year.
behind the line of
Mentioned he had
scrimmage.
shared the Defensive Player of the Year award with Dominic Cavalier from St. Mary's, but
Gabe Phillips
Ryder Strachan, another one of the Sioux Steelers trophy winners this year
in on
for
the
Junior Leap Defensive Player of the Year.
So that's the end of the half, folks. We're going to flip the dish
hold
and
against St. Mary's. And
take
that'll be
a
the third quarter.
quick sponsor timeout.
Flag is declined, or the flag is.
St. Mary's, 2nd and 14 after that loss. Korah declined the penalty after the sack. Or sorry, in the back pass. So back to pass again. Oh, and definite pass interference there. Yeah, I thought so. Grayson Avery was all over the number 18 for St. Mary's, Grayson Giordano, and that's going to be a 15 free ones for St. Mary's. But there's another flag here over as well. So referee Bishop threw one. I'm not sure what his is for, but I didn't see it here. We just missed a replay because I'm not paying attention to that replay thing when it's easily at our grasp here. But
Yeah, you know what, though? I'm liking that we're starting to see Juma sit in the pocket and starting to air it out a bit downfield. Good things are happening. Last play, a big play from one of his playmakers to get a chunk play down inside the Korah side of the field. But then you also end up with a pass interference play here, and that's something that can happen when you air it deep.
so this could be a 15-10 one. So it'll be a net of 5 and move them up.
And it all depends on what the other one is, because usually pass interference is an automatic first down 15 yards in Canadian football. I don't know if
They're having a conversation, so I don't know what.
Yeah, if the other play would overrule the first down or not. That's my question. So I don't know if you can offset these. Objectionable conduct against St. Mary's. Then it looked like interference.
We're going to get the call from referee Corelli here right now. So, oh, he was coming over to give it to us. Now they're having another discussion again, referee Edwards and referee Fitzpatrick.
So it is moving up for St. Mary's. The question is how much?
Offside by St. Mary's. Pass interference. And they're going to move it up 5 yards.
Offside against St. Mary's. Pass interference.
And remain
against
second
Korah.
down.
No, they're moving it up only 5 yards. The new line judge was inadvertently going a little too
That'll
far
be a
there.
net
So,
gain for St. Mary's and set up 2nd and 5.
Second and manageable for St. Mary's now.
So that must have been a 10-yard walk-off there. So. Hand off to Perot Didier, trying to balance his way over. Looked like he was able to get down to the 30, it looks like, where the referee is making the spot. And he'll come up to 3rd down and 2. JB with 20 seconds here, 11 minutes and 20 seconds counting down. I think this is pivotal that St. Mary's puts points on the board here. And they're with junior football, the clock gets eaten up very quickly unless there's a ton of penalties. And
yeah, this is 4-down territory if you're St. Mary's. There's no question about it. And at this point, I'm giving it to Pro Didier 2 times if I have to. Just make sure ball security is paramount here.
Juma stripped again.
And Korah once again taking advantage of ball security issues with St. Mary's. And we saw this last week with St. Mary's and Spear Heights too. And, you know, I don't know what it is, if it's a generation thing here, Coach, or what it is, but it's just been a real issue for St. Mary's here.
Yeah, because Juma he was working his way to 1st down in yardage there. You know, he was holding it with two hands together, and he's just got to tuck that ball up tight.
Yeah.
And, you know, then you want to put your second hand over top and lock it in, but he was running it with it like he was carrying a hot loaf of bread, and he got stripped. And it's unfortunate to see because St. Mary's was making some strides moving the ball there, and now they got to come up. Their defense has got to stand tall here with just over 10 minutes, 10 and a half minutes to go in this fourth quarter, and they cannot afford to let Korah get up 3 scores here. So their defense got to stand tall like it's been doing all game. And there's another handoff to Joy. Looks like he's able to get about 3 yards, 3 or 4 yards there. So
by Joey Stoichev.
Yeah, and you don't want to make excuses for the
No,
kids.
Cavalier with the
It is
tackle.
tough to get that message to them when they see their favorite stars on Sundays doing it with Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, but those guys have playing so long and they've understood their speed in comparison to their peers for so long. They know what they can get away with that. And when you're in youth and amateur ranks, just
Okay, folks, we're back here with the clock ticking down. With typically after a timeout, the clock doesn't run. Does it not? Why is the clock running?
Because it was a run play, I think.
Okay.
It was an injury timeout after a run play.
Okay, so St. Mary's with a handoff up the middle. Elijah fighting and digging, pawing his way down here.
Beautiful misdirection.
Down in
In the hands of Lajinen. He gets a couple of good hard yards.
We've been here before, and again, another critical stop here. 3 minutes left to go. St. Mary's really running out of time here, and if Korah can get this first down, that'll make this mountain quite big to conquer.
Yeah, they have to run blitz here. They have no choice. They have to sell out and stop Korah. If they don't, this game is all but over, unfortunately.
And for Korah, it looked like the player that came out was Lucas Joy, so they don't have him there at that tailback position. We'll see what they do.
Hold on, referee Corelli.
And there's just something.
One of the players went down for St. Mary's. So JB, we got some work to cut out here for us for honorable mention. Some players that have stood out.
Yeah, I mean, on St. Mary's defensive side, there were a lot of players that stood out, and some pretty traditional names on this maroon group too. So the regular names for honorable mention: Heath Desjardins' name came up quite a bit. Dominic Cavalier, Wesley Tate, of course, co-MVP of the league this year. There's quite a few names that really stood out. I think for us, we've narrowed it down to one. Are we doing it now, or are we waiting a few minutes to go over that?
We'll do the honorable mentions.
Okay.
And then,
so honorable mentions there for sure. Obviously on the Korah side, MVP Logan Lashinen had a couple of big plays here today too. He's been getting really involved. On the St. Mary's side too, a couple of interceptions that you don't want to forget about. Brady Stevens and Mr. Provenzano, Adam Provenzano at 29. Those two guys kept this game real close all game long, and if it wasn't for the stand that this St. Mary's defense was making all game, we wouldn't have had the championship fun that we've had here today. So,
yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's been some back and forth battles there, and it's the 3-minute warning's coming up here, and this is a make or break stop here. Young Mr. Cady went out for St. Mary's. Looked like he was hurt a little bit, and he got back up, but due to the stoppage of play, he can't stay on the field.
So 31-yard line.
This is 3rd and 2, and again, they still have their safety way up high. I'm not understanding this whatsoever. So, and there's the first down, and this is going to end up wrapping this up, folks. Unfortunately,
Number 12, Ben Koski decides to keep
we've been
it.
treated to a real great game tonight, and you got to give credit to both coaching staffs and having their teams prepared. And unfortunately, unfortunately, St. Mary's just wasn't able to crack the offense onto the scoreboard. And credit to the Korah defense. It's always defense wins championships. I've always said that, being a former defensive coordinator, but you still end up having to put points on the board here. So
yeah, and you talk about honorable mentions. I mean, Emmett Krebs, number 66, that big D tackle that Korah had over there. You could tell that they were trying to take away that interior run game from St. Mary's today, and they did a great job, and you need a big 3-tech like that to help do it.
Yeah, there's Lajinen again running the ball, so another honorable mention to him.
Tackle for Lajinen.
I think we can get to players of the game, so if you want to give the St. Mary's one, and I'll give the Korah one out.
Yeah, so for St. Mary's, we're going to go Sebastian Sestero. He came up a couple of times on 3rd downs, made some big stops on short yardage plays. It was a big part of why St. Mary's was able to keep this game close, and it was a 2-score game right up until the end here.
Yeah, and for me, player of the game, he's been the workhorse all game. There were some, players that really stood out. Credit to both line plays for both offense and defense for both teams. But player of the game for Korah Colts, Lucas Joy. He was a workhorse, and he ran the ball right from the get-go.
And had quite the reception for a touchdown earlier in the game, too. Oh, sorry, that wasn't him. That was that Lucas Joy who caught the reception too? I think so.
Yes, it was him scoring the touchdown.
So he had both touchdowns here today.
One night holds on while two come in to clean up, eventually landing out of bounds.
Yeah, what a championship performance by him. And for Korah, this is another touchdown on the belt there. I believe it's
yards, sets up
4 since the pandemic. And they had a few there in the years leading up to the 2019 Spear Heights title as well. So it's been a dynasty here in the junior loop for Korah. It appears that it will continue to be so here for another year. and they will get a shot at a Sudbury champion on November 9th here in Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah, you know what? I just want to compliment Coach Bonifero and Coach Thompson and
timeout
all
was
the other
called?
coaches over at St. Mary's for putting on a terrific final. They were just outstanding in their efforts, getting their teams to the final and, to come up a little bit short, but the progress that they made and just some terrific football. For junior football to be a two-score game, that's exactly what
into its own, and now next week and the week after we start to see how that stacks up against other communities in this province.
Well, I'm betting on the Sioux. Just if anybody's watching from Sudbury,
especially in NASA.
bring your A game. Another handoff.
There's the
Up the
MVP.
middle. Nope. Out here. MVP of the junior loop. Getting wide there. Lodging it in to punch it in. So,
Well, who else better to put it away for you than the co-MVP of the league and in the final matchup between these two powerhouses? Logan Lajinen puts it away, breaking a tackle at the line of scrimmage to get to the end zone from about 17 yards out.
yeah, that family just keeps producing quality football players, and there's a prime example. Great run. Just gritty football. He just, the St. Mary's defenders were all over him and they made him work for it, and just credit to him for getting in the end zone. So
Yeah, and I think there's another son coming up behind them in the Sioux Minor football system still, but most of them have been quiet, but they've been very tough football players. I remember the first one I coached, I think probably the same for you as Nathan. So
yeah,
it's great to see them all come through. I think Logan's the first one of them to win the MVP of either of the loops, so he might be able to hold that over his brother's heads. But
Ryder Strachan to tack on the extra. So 20-0 here with 1:27 to go, and St. Mary's needs to walk out of this field with their heads held high. They're coming out on the losing end, but they played a hell of a football game tonight, and it's just it's been a treat.
yeah, and you know what? They graduated a lot of players last year, and it's a big bench with a lot of talent. I'm sure that next year they'll be a competitor again, maybe even more so. Who knows? But kudos to Korah for being able to do it again, though. Like they didn't have a lot of players that are the same names as last year, Coach. They rotated a lot of starters.
Yeah.
And for this program to continually just be able to churn out this type of production just says so much about their practice culture and their preparation as a coaching staff, the type of character and kids they choose to promote and give these elevated roles to on the team. That keeps this going for a long time, too, because if you start to reward the wrong type of leadership, it's really hard to keep this long-term success going in a program, too. So, and Coach Bernabucci is a great and a special example of someone who's the program first, because in a lot of schools, the junior program and the senior program are two separate entities. They don't work hand-in-hand together. And the reason Coach Hannett's still able to be as successful as he is because he has a junior coach like Coach Marco Bernabucci, who pumps the system philosophy into these kids and the verbiage and the play styles and the practice drills. It's just so impressive to see all these years later still.
You know what? We're at the stage of the game now. I'm hoping they're getting a lot of players in here now. With these big rosters, I think Coach Bonifero's got 70 kids over there. Korah's got close to 60, and I'm hoping to get some of these players in for just a little bit of playing time and be part of something. You never like to see kids sit on the bench for the whole game and never see the field. So, and there's the kick. Ryder Strachan kicking it deep. Young Dewar had the ball bounce off, picked it up, dancing his way, and unfortunately lost his footing and came down around the
Short
14-yard
run back.
line.
St. Mary's on the ball.
Turf
Prince
monster
Andrew
gets you
15.
sometimes there, Coach. Yeah, for St. Mary's, certainly no reason to hold their heads low today. The score is not indicative of how this game was. For a while there, we didn't know if we were going to see anybody score. These defenses were putting on such a show. So, and now for Korah, the focus turns to whoever their opponent is next week. And I'm not going to be surprised if you hear of a couple of Korah coaches make the trip to Sudbury next week and to take a look.
Yeah, there was. We've always seemed to manage to see game film or highlights, but the coverage in the media is a little bit not quite as advanced as it is here in Sault Ste. Marie. You don't get to see a lot. You know, we got Brad Koch over there at the end, and Gord Anderson, and you know they get their plays in and plugs in for everything. And Saultsports here, they're the leaders up here in junior football. And we just have the best coverage, and we're able to bring that to you thanks to Jay Houselander and his family for creating this for us. So a little end around here to young Dewar, swallowed up quickly, and just a shout out to the Chocolate Bar Monster to our right here, Chris Carr, superstar, aka Mr. Chocolate.
Yeah, no Hounds game tonight, Chris? You pick us again, or are they off tonight? Out of town?
Oh, they're off tonight. That's why.
Tonight?
But tomorrow night he's gonna come back again. So I don't know. He must want some more chocolate bars, I guess. And thanks to our boss in studio and Jay. What a terrific product you're putting on here and giving us the opportunity to commentate and bring this to everybody that's unable to make it out tonight. So another terrific night, and hopefully we get the same weather as we got tomorrow. But it's not looking as great. But we'll find out.
Bring on the winter for me and the furnace sales industry.
Well, you already hooked me up, so I'm good. Check.
Oh, and it looks like Korah may have recovered here again, so I would expect them to knee this one out.
Emerson Grimard with the fumble recovery.
Emerson Grimard, Bryce Grimard's able to
57
make the
seconds
tackle
left.
and come up with the ball. So I think Coach Buonabucci is going to be willing to take a knee here. But I got to tell you, he better be emptying that bench out. And I'm not sure why he's got all these starters in here. But
a little too close to Korah today. It makes me a little self-conscious when I'm doing over in pictures, but I'll go do it if you want me to.
he's got to. He's got all his star players in here, and I'm hoping he's got that bench emptied out. Like these kids, you can only get sometimes once in a lifetime. You get to experience a win at this level, and they're few and far between sometimes. So,
well, you don't want to take it for granted. In junior, like I said, 2 years max you get as a kid. And a lot of times you only get one opportunity as a starter in junior to claim a championship. So. And for a lot of those junior kids, it's going to be heartbreaking, too, on the St. Mary's side, because this is the closest a lot of them have come to a championship as well. And for a long time in this game, it felt like anybody could win, so the emotions are probably a little high. But if you're watching this later today and you're watching the replay back and you're on that St. Mary's side, impressive stand by this defense, by this team overall. Real tough and gritty performance here today.
Yeah, and they're just bleeding the clock down here to take a knee, and this is a little bit long. He's got to be able to take that knee here shortly.
Yeah, no, they're just going to take all three of the knees at once, I think, and run the clock down.
Ladies and gentlemen.
So that's going to wrap it up here tonight, folks, from Superior Heights, John Wayne Fieldhouse, John Wayne fought. Final score, Korah 20, St. Mary's 0. Thanks, folks, and we'll talk to you tomorrow night.